Welcome back to gaming. We booted up the Game Boy and are now.
Hopefully, if I fall asleep, it won't be too much of an issue since I'm not the one in control.
Yeah. All right, we were before we started recording. We looked through the Xbox 360 backwards compatibility list.
Well, he did.
I did, and I pointed out a couple. And every time I look at that list, like there's some good picks on there, but most of the time I'm like, man, what were they prioritizing? Because like, you got your standard AAA games, you got Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, fucking, I don't know, what else is a big 360 game? Halo, this, Left 4 Dead, every Valve game is on there. And then you got stuff like Disney games, licensed kids games, SpongeBob, and other stuff. And also Catherine. Not Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, even though Persona 4 Arena was made. And I'll never forgive them for that. Oh well. Alright. Last time we did half of the whole game.
This time we go through what I'm assuming is the rest.
Hopefully. And if we don't get the rest done today, then I guess we'll have a short time. I was gonna say tomorrow, but like, that's not the case.
I have work tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm used to saying tomorrow for those kinds of stuff. Alright, welcome to Winter Wonderland. Christmas time. Woo. Merry Christmas, you bastards. I don't know. Last week, we were talking about Spider-Man, because that movie came out. I watched it again. I'd be surprised if there's a better movie this year. Boing. Yeesh. I don't know what else has happened in the past week. I don't know what else I can say without Stephen falling asleep. Or... Yeesh. I missed a note. I shouldn't have eaten that shiny thing. I ground pounded it, but it doesn't work. And I do know what you have to do, so... Thank me. Yeah. Wake up. We're barely even halfway through the day.
It's like 10 minutes away.
The thing about this world is that the water is freezing cold, so if you touch it, it damages you.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Because, you know, water is cold. Have you ever jumped into an ice-cold lake?
No. Well, actually, like, I wouldn't say jumped, but there was one really cold lake.
Merry Christmas! The Twinkly Munchers. You can light the tree for you. Now, who would eat glass?
Zooey?
True. We have to get 10 there. And it might just well abuse the invincibility. And I can. Boy. You're asleep. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now we actually have to turn on the tree. I'm going to pour that water on you one day. Okay, he's asleep. Time to pour the water. Is the water too cold? Well, stay out then. Well, that's not very nice. Is your food here?
No.
Be a star and you'll find your reward. Hurry up. Fuck you! I have to fly up there. Hello? You keep falling asleep.
Yeah.
Just fine. Trying to exist. Ooh. Do I have to do it 3 times? Three is the magic number, it seems. 2, 3. There we go. Eesh. Okay. You gonna fall asleep on the way to your food? At this point. Okay. I don't know what I'm saying. It's not even going past the cap. Right. And now we go down. I genuinely can't believe that did not hurt me. Oi. And from some aerial action with my devastating beat bomb attack. You're flying. Press X to launch Kazooie at a target like a missile. Is your food here? Hello? Is your food here?
No. So those cameras away.
Jeez. And how long am I gonna have to put up with this?
Till it gets here.
Jeez. Well then. And what do I talk about?
I don't know. I'll try my best to interact.
Eesh. Well, I don't know what to bring up. Trying to work on trajectory. Yeesh. Alright. Present right there. There we go. Honeycomb? I forgot the water damages. Like, oddly quiet. Perfect hit. Well then. Perfect. Up on top. And another.
Hmm?
Keep falling asleep.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my foot's almost here. 3 minutes away.
Well,
Where have I heard that sound clip before, by the way?
what?
The skull.
There was a meme of a Japanese streamer collecting it and imitating it.
Yeah, that'd do it.
I forget when, but
Probably during the pandemic.
yeah. Sometime. I just remember that. Let's see. Or Also, I forgot. I wanted to briefly make it set up a save file in the second game just so it enables to stop and swap stuff for this game. Eesh. And there goes the honey. I went up this the wrong way.
Okay.
What's what?
I don't think I've ever seen this
What?
behind me.
The dryer broke. Bum, bum, bum. That's nice. Ooh, Jinjo's over there. This? I guess we can knock this out. Whoa! Ooh. See ya, buddy. Uh-huh. Not sure if I have all the presents now. Nope. Neglect. Yahoo! Here, wait, Joe, you want a dip? Come here. Yeah, here, dog. Yikes, an Nessie for spare. Well, that's just racist. It's safe, or was it? Or is it? I should be in here. Alright.
Hopefully this will wake me up.
It won't.
Probably not.
You can give it to the recon.
No. Damn it, that water bottle fell.
Ooh. Well,
It's lost.
it's probably under the...
It's literally over there.
Oh well. Well. Now let's travel upward. Well, some news. Apart from the copyright debacle I had to deal with, I made progress on that Star Wars thing. I have rewatched episode 7 now. And episode 8. And episode 9. I'm done. I'm free.
Congrats.
I can go home now.
You are at your own.
Yeah. Now it's time to tell everyone how I thought about them.
You know, before your
my big video.
Yeah.
And you know, that might forbid to come out because copyright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to export that bad boy multiple fucking times. And it's going to be fun. So, let's start. So, now I've rewatched the sequels. I will share my opinions. Be prepared for hot takes.
Well, I'm prepared for them to be scorching.
So yeah, don't knock me off. Man, I'm dead. Okay, if I don't die from this... I survived. Okay, Episode 7, The Force Awakens. You know, it was a remake of Episode 4, basically. But, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was good. People only hate it because, oh my god, 8 and 9 were so bad, so I gotta hate 7 now.
Nah, even if someone who doesn't like those movies, I can tell you right now, 7 is... it's decent. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. The only complaint you could have with it is the fact that it's too much like Episode 4.
Yeah, that was my complaint.
But that's not exactly that much of an insult if you really think about it.
That was my complaint. But overall, Episode 4 was a good. Episode 4. Episode 7 was a good.
Sadly, this is in fact the peak.
Episode 9. 8. I can't count, apparently. Episode 8. Everyone's favorite Star Wars movie. I am prepared for...
You say that as a joke, but you will find people who defend The Last Jedi well before you find Rise of Skywalker defenders.
I found both. Everyone's favorite. So, previously, when I first watched it, back in 2017, I was in the camp that actually liked The Last Jedi. Now that I've rewatched it, with a fresh point of view, I still think it's a good movie. Fuck you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. In hindsight, it's not The Rise of Skywalker.
I actually liked that it didn't feel like a Star Wars movie. Because it helped it stand out. I had no issues with the writing. Apart from the casino scene. That scene was kind of fucking useless.
That's more on the casino itself than anything else.
I mean, the entire subplot went nowhere.
Yeah. And in the long term, it especially went nowhere because... what was the subplot again? The purpose again for?
Find some guy.
No. Its actual purpose. Meta-wise. Cement, I think her name is Rose?
Rose.
Yeah, as like a new major character that we have to take into consideration as like a part of the plot. They dropped her ass faster than you could say Rise of Skywalker.
On the Rise of Skywalker. Episode 9, I watched literally the next day after Episode 8, just to have a fresh perspective. Just like go into the perspective of, oh, I just watched Episode 8, can't wait to see how they build upon those ideas in Episode 9. Okay, Episode 9. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either. It was okay. I think, sure, yes, there's been far better in Star Wars.
But there's always been far worse.
But there's also been far worse. Episode 2.
Really, what carries its ass is the fact that the Lego version's there.
Yeah.
And the Lego version being in existence from the Skywalker saga has made several of our memories of that movie significantly better.
So I rewatched it. Bringing back Palpatine was stupid.
It was a mistake. Let's all be honest here.
Even though, like, I love the guy.
It makes sense, but fuck that story.
I love the guy, but
that should not be the plot of the final film in a trilogy.
Especially when they introduce him with like no prior build-up.
Oh, it had a private prior build-up, remember?
How?
Fortnite.
I know. I meant the other two movies.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got Fortnite funny moments. What the fuck?
A silver alert.
What the hell?
An adult's gone missing.
Well, I'm glad we caught that on camera. I was like, I swear I muted my phone. Man, what the hell? Huh. Interesting. Well, that was weird. Where's the episode? Anyways. So yeah, kill me all you want. I love The Last Jedi. I did not hate The Rise of Skywalker. Sue me.
But you will never see me saying it's a good film. Mostly because I just refuse to give those movies attention again.
Well,
the only way you will ever see me talk about those films outside of this conversation is the Lego version, I'm gonna be honest here.
Lego with Star Wars Skywalker Saga is a certified banner of a game. Ow. So, I'm gonna challenge myself.
Well, let's be honest here. Part of the backlash towards the sequels definitely has something to do.
It's not as good as the original.
Well, not just that, but also the fan base the sequels got.
I see.
Specifically, the fans who are explicitly just fans of those movies. You know, the people who do ships and stuff like that. And slash teenagers who believe that every other movie before that just plain isn't good.
Okay, that's a lie.
I've seen people say that.
That's a fat lie, I'll tell you that.
But do be aware that this is fandom talk.
I know. Anyways.
Take that shit with a grain of salt because these fans aren't actual fans.
Fans. Ooh.
They're fanatics. There's a difference.
I'll come back to that thing. So, apart from something else I learned. Okay, I'm gonna challenge myself. I will start with positive things I can have to say about Rise of Skywalker.
The lightning scene was cool.
The lightning scene was cool. Upon rewatching it, reminded me of the Bass Boosted sound effect, which I don't know how to feel about. And looking on the internet, I can tell I was not the only one that had that thought.
It was nice to see them have Kylo be an actual person who's capable of actually fighting, even if it was at the cost of the Knights of Ren, who basically got promotion in the beginning of the saga and then never got touched upon again.
Yeah. I like the design of Exegol. I just like how it looks like a horror movie set. I like the design of Palpatine in this movie. I just like how creepy it is. Cause,
this is going to be a controversial thing. It was a cheap way to gain positivity. It was really stupid, and in-universe made zero sense. But I did like the fact that they gave Chewie a medal.
Yeah. And also...
I'm sorry, but it was always going to be something that I was of the opinion that, like, he should have gotten a medal at, like, the beginning. Seriously, though, it makes zero sense in-universe and has no reason to happen.
It's called fan service, my dude.
I know.
And, And also I was going to say...
And I won't defend it as anything other than cheap fan service. But I did enjoy it.
I was going to say, when has Star Wars been logical? It's fucking science fiction. Okay, let's do this race. And then I'm gonna have to come back to this world. Red Slalom. Okay, I hate this game. Minigame. Design, the acting was good. Most of the time.
You're gonna have to get used to Adam Driver because it's heavily speculated that he's going to be Reed Richards.
I wouldn't mind that, actually.
Yeah, not bad. The only thing that really hampered him is the fact that he was kind of stuck in the middle of a fucking hellscape of a shipping fandom.
Yeah.
And also those same people who basically kept on trying to get him to ditch his, like, I think it was either fiance or wife, longtime partner, to have him be with,
I fucked up.
With, I forgot what,
Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, Daisy Ridley.
That's dumb.
Like I mentioned, these guys are weird.
As if that wasn't apparent enough.
Honestly, I'm surprised you got able to catch up.
I actually never heard about that whole debacle with the fans and the shipping shit. Like the leaving the partner.
It happens more often than you think, actually. Shipping real people is
I could imagine.
Fucking cursed, and it happens way too often.
And it's weird. Someone slid my Discord DMs once and tried to ship me with someone else unrelated, and I was like, fuck off. And they never spoke to me again. Deleted their account in response. Which I guess gives points to my intimidation factor.
Mm-hmm.
This is a given, but the music in Episode 9 was good. Because it's Star Wars. I like that John Williams made a cameo in it. He was there for one scene. I'm gonna be coming back to this world, don't worry.
No.
What else? I like the idea of a bunch of citizens just showing up to stop Palpatine because, I mean, one, seeing people, just normal people risk their lives to stop evil is just fucking awesome. Two,
it makes it really feel like a rebellion, even though, really, why the fuck the First Order exists, it should be the bigger question.
Two, I was like, I just thought to myself, how many times do we have to teach this lesson, old man, while watching this?
Mm-hmm.
And that just improved my enjoyment. The stuff, the good old stuff. Special effects, top notch as always. Apparently, Maz Kanata was portrayed by an actual animatronic in the movie, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So, before we talk about the bad, should we talk about the missed opportunities?
Something I would have liked. Them to elaborate on some of the stuff that was sidelined to the novel.
One thing I would have liked is if they cut out that whole shipping bait bullshit of, Ray, I have to tell you something, and actually just have them straight up front tell her, I have the Force. Why the fuck did they decide to make it shipping bait by, like, having it be something he would, like, reveals to her, like, when they're about to die and shit, while also making it sound like a fucking love confession, when clearly they were never gonna go through with that.
Because romance in Star Wars is cursed, and we both know that. I mean, look at episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What? I have complimented episode 9.
There was something that I feel like I should bring up before we move on to the shitstorm that is all the negatives towards this franchise.
I wish it had a longer runtime. Just so we can flesh out some more stuff.
Okay, I guess it really was just me thinking of scenes from the Lego version, never mind.
Yeah, even the writer was like, yeah, this movie should have been a 2-parter, but Lucasfilm did not allow that.
Which makes sense. No one held ever gonna get able to get J.J. Abrams directed again.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to the negatives.
That's what I liked about Rise of Skywalker. Ominous pause. Time for the bitchin'! Okay, the writing is stupid as fuck.
Here's one of my biggest complaints. Ditching a ton of the extra stuff from the extended universe. Like, for instance, Mara Jade.
I mean, I don't think they were ever going to bring her back.
I know they probably wouldn't, but it would have been nice. And heck, that would have made the whole genocide scene much more worthwhile. And the fact that it would bring into more context as to why Luke would just exile himself like that if he'd lost not only all of his students, but also all of his life and shit.
Well, they probably didn't want to make it too close to original expanded universe. But
you see, the issue with that comes in with the fact that a lot of the stuff that they did ditch was very well liked, and if they had just adapted it, it would have been easier for people to swallow all the changes that they made.
They wanted maximum creative freedom is their problem.
The issue here comes in with the fact that they didn't want maximum creative freedom. It's that they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. Specifically, they decided that the best way to get attention is by getting J.J. Abrams to do his mystery box bullshit.
I'm making a save file inside.
Which has never fucking worked!
I'm making a save file inside of game just to enable the stop and swap shit.
All it does is create hype. But that hype never, and I mean never, has ever lived up to any of it. Look at Lost's final season.
Lost the show.
J.J. Abrams was in charge of that one.
Oh. Okay, time for my bitching. Palpatine coming back, and the fact that they did not reveal he was a clone in the movie is some bullshit.
Theoretically, I get the idea that you're meant to have pieced that shit out yourself, because let's be honest here, it's not a stretch. We literally have seen clones since the prequels. We know that the Siths have been behind that shit the entire time.
Yeah.
But you could easily put that in a throwaway line.
Yeah.
Heck, the fact that you literally started it off by having it so that it's in the narration crawl. It says that Palpatine has been talking. Why didn't you just have someone think, well, how is he back? And then say, he must have cloned himself. Something like that! That would be so fucking easy! But no, you had to take away time for the fucking C-3PO storyline!
Somehow Palpatine returned. I
cannot tell you how fucking annoying it is to have to deal with C-3PO's memory bullshit once again! This is what? The third, fourth, maybe even fifth time it's happened to him?
I don't remember.
That guy loses his memory more often than fucking, player characters lose all their stats!
Well, that's a statement. So, did I enable it? I hope I did. We got stop and swap, baby.
Look, it shouldn't be detrimental, but at the same time, it really had no reason to exist. Especially considering how it was just building up to, oh no, we were able to just continue on because, oh yeah, he loses memory all the time. Him losing his memory means jack shit.
All right, time for my other bitching dice, because there's one line of dialogue I scrutinized the hell out of, because I'm this kind of person that criticizes things for ages. And also, I want to point out, I was writing my essay as I do, and then I checked the word count, noticed it was longer than any of the other episodes I've written for. I paused the movie, checked the runtime. I wasn't even halfway through. I had things to say. Oh hell, I did. And then I recorded my voiceover commentary for that, and I threw out my voice because I had things to say. Okay, so there was one line where Rey finds a dagger. And then she's like, horrible things have been done with this dagger. Motherfucker, she is literally holding Anakin's lightsaber. Don't act like that did not slaughter children. Ages ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright. Now I can actually make use of this. I was going to do that save file creation off camera, but... you know, I need to pad out this episode.
But seriously, it's literally a centerpiece to one of the biggest memes of that third movie.
Dude, so many memes came out of that movie. It's funny.
I know, but it's literally just... Master Anakin, what are you doing here? He just walks into frame. Lightsaber turns on. Fade to black.
I'll have you know, Star Wars Episode 3 was the last thing Cartoon Network ever aired before they launched their preschool block.
Yeah.
Because they held a marathon this first six Star Wars movies, and then bam, the next morning, Cartoonito.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny. So like, I watched it, and then Rey popped out Force Lightning. How do you accidentally pop out Force Lightning?
Some other stupid shit about these movies. What's with the constant, like, you know, what was up with that whole Rey, like, sequence where she's dressed up like all like that?
The Sith?
Yeah, I know, but it's happened before. But the last time they did it, which was with Luke with, like, the whole Darth Vader thing, they easily could have done it, like, a lot better by not having her dressed up like that, having a scene just directly copying that stuff. Like, she's fighting someone who she assumes to be a Sith Lord. Turns out it's her under the mask. Instead of just having it so that she views literally herself in goth makeup.
Well, yeah, no. It's foreshadowing bait. I don't know. Alright,
and also,
stop and swap aid. Awesome, we got the mythical item. Ooh, an aid. That's one of the 7 stop and swap items we've been looking for. I reckon it'll unlock something special in my nuts and bolts adventure. Can't wait. Ah ha 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 ha. They really wanted to push nuts and bolts with this.
Mm-hmm.
It also unlocked stuff in Chewie, but that's a story for another time.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Star Wars. Sith Rey was something. They also said the word Sith more times than the past 2 movies combined. I'm pretty sure they said it like once or twice in 7 or 8 each.
The other thing I think it was that Sith Rey was basically bait for fans.
Yeah.
Specifically the fans who make dark, edgy bullshit.
I mean, I like the Lego Star Wars version that's just basically Rey being like, oh my god, yes, I'm so evil.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to come out of that vision. Also, another stupid thing. The Soul Bond thing.
Oh yeah.
That was just so fucking...
The Force FaceTime. Force Dyad. I actually had to look up what Dyad meant, because I had somehow...
It is just so fucking... I don't even know what's the correct word to use here. It's...
Forced?
No, it's not even that. It's just like... It feels like a Hallmark special. What the fuck?
As someone who is forced to put up through Hallmark movies by my dad, Hallmark is far worse.
I know, but like, it's just like... What the fuck do you mean, Force Soulmate?
Because they're the descendants of Sith Lords.
It really makes zero sense.
Don't worry, they'll have it make sense in the future novelization. No, they'll bring it up in Knights of the Old Republic remake. If that game ever comes out. It won't. Okay, now I got ahead. Pretty easy. Knights of the Old Republic remake never, by the way. What else do I have issues with? I'm trying to think. That General Hux being revealed as the first Order spy out of spite against Ren. sure.
How the hell did you get Anakin's lightsaber?
I mean...
No,
yeah, I know, because it was, like, destroyed in the last movie. I mean, literally right before Leia said, nothing's impossible. And then she pulls out that, which just kind of validates her statement. Man, I don't know. I always knew Episode 9 was going to have a rough time, considering Carrie Fisher unfortunately passed years before. 2016.
Oh, also, another thing I have. Fucking Ben's obsession with Vader.
Oh, yeah.
Makes zero sense if you really think about it, because he could easily ask his uncle about Vader, and Luke would basically be very upfront, because, oh yeah, the ending of his trilogy involves him, like, showing that Vader can, in fact, become better, and him dying as Anakin Skywalker.
But he's remembered for Darth Vader.
Yeah, he's remembered for that, but the person who cared about him the most would remember him as different. You know, literally his son, who got to know him. Like, even if only for just a little bit. He got to see what was under the mask.
You see, that's what the point of the... I'll stop.
The point of the what?
I was going to make a reference to that stupid song by Dream, but I realized how stupid it is.
Yeah, no.
And I stopped myself before I could get any further.
Just...
Anyway.
Quite literally, it's a case of the only one who was willing to look past all of that bullshit was his son. The one who basically convinced him that there is still good in him. And at no point did they think that, like, Luke wouldn't be willing to tell his nephew about his fucking grandfather?
An enormous iced tea. We should keep this stop and swap item for later. It took them 12 years to hatch. Anyways, alright, now for the biggest bitching of all. No one's ready for this. Everyone's ready for this. Alright. The reveal about Rey's true lineage. Here we go. It was stupid. I mean, I like the idea of Palpatine pulling escaped and just was able to live out a normal life. Thought that was half decent. But still, no prior build-up.
It was done for one major reason. The whole point of The Last Jedi telling Rey that her family was just no one special was to take it back from the whole Chosen One bullshit that the prequels had started. Because while yes, there was kind of that imagery of like the son of like a Force user being the one to like bring back balance to the Force. It was also on the basis that, oh yeah, this isn't a case of a chosen one, this is a case of literally the son of the man who doomed the Jedi, like, basically going ahead and absolving his father of his sins by not only stopping him and his master, but also by bringing it back. To then, you know, have it continue on by saying that, oh, Rey just has no one special in her family, would, again, cement the idea that, quite literally, anyone is capable of anything. But to have it be that her, like, she's a Palpatine, brings it back to the whole Chosen One BS of, oh, no, it's not that, like, anyone could be a great Force user, you know, look at Obi-Wan. It's that, quite literally, you have to be from a special bloodline to do shit.
You know, as stupid as that explanation is, I still prefer it over midichlorians.
You know, that's fair, because midichlorians are mid.
Midichlorians? But, where's our race?
But no, seriously, it's just like, I understood what the point of saying, oh, she's not anyone special. It was quite literally to, like, basically say, you can be, like, someone this important.
Yeah.
You could save the galaxy and shit like that. But no, to make her a Palpatine is to basically said, no, she's special because who her family is.
I mean...
And it doesn't help that at least one comic has insinuated that Palpatine was directly responsible for the creation of Anakin.
The author behind that said that's not the case.
I know it isn't.
Thankfully.
But at the same time...
Otherwise, Ben X-Ray would be straight up incest.
I know, but at the same time...
That would be fun.
That was something that they were trying to imply to people because it would be a mindfuck. Besides, everyone knows it was actually Darth Plagueis who made him.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Where do you think that whole, like, he was able to create life... Every other piece of media before that implied that Anakin was created by Darth Plagueis messing with the Force. Because he doesn't have a father or anything like that. He was immaculately birthed. He was literally a Jesus Christ figure where he just kind of came out of nowhere.
I get it. Or do I get it?
You kind of do.
I do.
Especially because, remember, who would bringing balance to the Force actually benefit?
The Sith.
The Sith, who are down to 2, while the Jedi are in the thousands.
I see. Now, with this out of the way, give Darth Plagueis his own... Put Darth Plagueis in a movie, please. And thank you. Here's something for you. What else do I have to bitch about?
Oh, here's an idea.
Okay.
Why not? You're talking about how they constantly build up characters and then just drop them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here's a short list of characters who were built up as having actual importance and then really did nothing in the long scheme. Finn, Poe, Rose.
Anyone but Rey.
Yeah, anyone but Rey or Ben, really.
The reveal that Poe Dameron was a spice runner back in the day, which a lot of people saw as racist, because, you know, Latinos. Apparently it was a stereotype of Latino culture or something. I don't know.
Spice runner means drug runner.
Yeah, I know, but like...
And yes, it is a very heavy stereotype of that.
Yeah, because I know this common stereotype of Mexican
cartel.
Stuff. Yeah. Something like that.
Why do you think like Latinos are constantly being profiled by the police? In their eyes, they're just as likely to be drug dealers as fucking black people.
That is true.
Because, you know, cops are racist.
That is all. As usual. Cops are racist. In other news, grass is green. Ooh. Okay. Alright.
Also,
I don't know what else to bitch about. There's a lot.
Isn't it a bit weird that all the characters who were built up as having importance but then dropped were, you know, not white?
You know.
Yeah. There is a reason for dropping all the not white characters.
Racism.
China. It was for that sweet, sweet China money.
But all the Star Wars movies bombed in China.
Not the sequels.
Really?
They actually did fairly well.
I heard they bombed.
They bombed in, you know, comparison to other things, but they still made money. Specifically, even if they didn't ultimately succeed at making a ton of money.
They made money.
No, because like they made enough money to keep trying to make money there, but not enough money that you'd actually consider a success.
Yeah.
But like the whole point is that for even back then and for the longest time, really in recent years, Hollywood specifically, the film industry that does the action stuff, you know, things like dancing and all that,
Yeah.
will appeal to the Chinese markets by focusing on things that the Chinese audience would be like okay with, and cutting out things that they wouldn't be okay with. Things like getting rid of skeletons or like magic.
How can you have Star Wars
Ghosts.
without magic? Luke Skywalker ghost pops up.
Because it's all countered as science. Midichlorians.
Yeesh. Alright.
But also, by not putting attention to anyone who wouldn't be viewed favorably. So, you know, people, like, it's kind of this weird thing where, you know how a lot of people view Asians as being very exotic and desirable here in the West?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing as done with white people in the East. Like, they're kind of mythologized as being different and exotic because they're not from where they are. Subsequently, because literally just about every single culture I can think of has had a form of racism against anyone who's darker skin, straight up, like in cultures like Egypt, which are in Africa, where you'd find a lot of black people. It was viewed more like you were viewed as closer to the divine for being whiter.
Don't say anything.
Because, yeah, quite literally, that's always been kind of an issue with humanity. It's also why so many, like... That's also kind of why, like, so many anime have characters, like, who are meant to be Japanese, also kind of look white. They have larger eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They have, like, they'll give characters, like, blonde and blue eyes and shit like that. It's because in their eyes, it's closer to that style. It's actually kind of fucked if you really start to think about it, because, like, it's basically saying that, like, oh, yeah, no, the women of our culture, they're just plain Janes who don't look any special. So, let's make them more American. That is actually kind of, like, some of the thought processes with that.
I can see. Fun fact, today I was watching the Xbox and I suggested it, and I was like, as a joke, okay, maybe they'll show a new Banjo-Kazooie game. And they didn't, and because I figured they wouldn't, because they never do, no matter how much people ask for it. And as Microsoft continues to manipulate this huge range of IPs it has,
they keep buying more anyways.
Yeah. I mean, you got people are like, man, Microsoft has so much IPs, they can make their own platform fighter now.
Funnily enough, I think the most common iteration of that in Western media is the amount of, like, white women who, like, ask for characters to be basically, like, a trait just because it's their fetish.
Could you imagine fetishizing traits?
Well, yeah. Look at all the Fujos.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's actually kind of like something people try not to think about because, yeah, it's a bit fucked up, but one of the major proponents for why there's so much acceptance of LGBT people in like the current day is because for a good chunk of the people pushing for it, it's literally their fetish.
Eesh. Never trust anyone who fetishizes stuff like
race or
sexuality, culture.
Like, you can have your preferences, but the fact that you feel the need to push it onto literally everyone and try to push for more of it kind of feels off. It's why like nerds get so much shit for their fetishization of Asian women.
They do that?
Yeah. It's been a joke, like, about how often nerds are, like, super into Asian women for a while. For instance, there was this one, like, hit song in the 80s called She Blinded Me With Science. The one woman he, like, name checks, who, by the way, is actually a real person, it's just kind of funny, who he just called Miss Sakamoto, like, Mrs. Sakamoto, was, you know, Asian. And the guys like had even joked around saying he was ahead of the curve on sexualizing Asian women.
Eesh.
Granted, that was in a playful manner. The entire song was a joke. But like, yeah, it's been well known that nerds like Asian women since fucking the 80s.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could see why that counts as fetishization, right? Like,
well,
when an entire subsect of people will consistently look at another subset of people and view them as more desirable just because.
You know how out of the loop I am in these kinds of things.
It's also, if you notice, a little bit of a joke on like how often the Fujos tend to be in, like teenage white girls.
Anyway, we did One World. Episode's over. Before Rise of Skywalker is the best I can sum up that movie is frustrating.
It has the elements that could make it better, but it refused to go all the way.
Yeah, and it hurt. Anyway, here's my rating of the Star Wars movies, best to worst: 6, 5, 3, 8, 4, 7, 1, 9, 2. Sue me.